Let's talk about your customer plan. Number 7. So in this, there are a couple little subtopics. Fan customers, entertainment industry customers, customer niches, customer profiles, customer demographics, and then some sort of customer service plan. Another plan within the plan. So when we look at this, remember this: customers, about any type of customer, whether it's being a fan customer or a music industry customer, they all come one at a time. And that's the nice thing about it, is they can continue to come one at a time. The problem is you can in a group, and I just had this happen with one of my clients. They became political, and sometimes the political things can backfire on them. Maybe sometimes when artists are beginning, they should stay away from politics. Once you're established, maybe it's a little bit easier and people can accept it. But even back in the day, when there were, back in the '60s and the '70s, when there were problems, some of those artists ended up losing fans. I mean, I think recently of a band called the Dixie Chicks, lost a huge fan base by their deal. So yeah, fans come one at a time, but they lost in droves, depending on the circumstance. So how do you get them? Well, I just post my song up on YouTube and or up on SoundCloud, and eventually people will find it. Good luck. Yeah, that's a possibility, but that's why you have a promotion plan. And that's why we have an advertising plan. And that's why we're doing marketing. How do you get these customers? Well, first thing you have to do is identify them. Who are you? Who are them? Who are they? And one thing that I like to use is an analogy. If you're looking at a fan customer or an entertainment industry customer, what's the perfect customer? Who is that perfect customer? And think about that. And then once you define your perfect customer, how do you duplicate it? Okay. So when I think about a perfect customer for a fan in particular, it would be someone that shows up at all the shows, someone that Facebooks that they're going to the show and they're inviting their friends, those that call the radio stations and make requests for the artist's music, those that send out an email blast to all their contacts to let them know to go to the show. That would be. And then how do you get it? How do you find that perfect customer, and then how do you replicate that perfect customer? Something to think about as you go through this. So let's talk about the fan customer. These are the ones that come to the shows. These are the ones that buy the downloads or the streams or the T-shirts, or help support the artists. The fan customers. How do you get these fan customers? How do you identify them? Well, we're going to talk about that in just a second. But then we look at the music industry customer. Once again, who's the perfect customer? Now you think, well, entertainment industry, do I have customers? Well, sure you do. Artists have customers that are buying their talents. A talent buyer, for example, is hiring a musician to play at a gig where there are fan customers to be acquired. So the entertainment industry customer could be a publisher, it could be a manager, it could be a record label, it could be, and most importantly, a talent buyer or concert promoter of some sort that hires the services of the artist. These are entertainment industry customers. Sometimes the entertainment industry customers will not work with an artist unless the artist has many fan customers. Is it a catch-22? It could be, right? Entertainment industry customers will come knocking at your door, at the artist's door, if they've got 20,000 fan customers. Why? Because they see an opportunity to make some money. No other reason. So the fan customers are there because of the music, because they enjoy the artist, maybe the stage show, those kind of things. But sometimes those fan customers are turned on to the artist because of the entertainment industry customer. See what I mean about catch 22? One needs the other. And so let's say that the artist gets a booking from an entertainment industry customer to play a festival, and at the festival, the artist gains 50 new fans who become customers. So it works both ways. You get a fan customer who attracts the entertainment industry customer, and you have an entertainment industry customer who attracts the fan customer. So it kind of works in two ways. But let's talk about this. What about the niches? What are the niches of the customers? Well, we talked about image, right? And we talked about lifestyle. And we talked about how the image and the lifestyle fit together. And sometimes the lifestyle fit the niche. And this can be think about any kind of music. You look at the blues crowd, for example. Can you look at someone and say they enjoy blues music? Well, maybe, maybe not. When I go to a blues show, I kind of try and take in who are these customers that are here? What do they look like? What's their educational background? What are their demographics? And we'll talk about that here in a second as well. But they all fit niches. They all fit a niche that the artist can fit in as well. And the more successful artists can fit into multiple niches. And many times that's called crossover. So they'll be working in one style of music and then cross over into another style. And then that will be beneficial for them by crossover. Taylor Swift, for example, is a perfect example. She started off as a niche of country music, young country fans, and now she's a pop artist. So she maintained some of her country fans. She lost some of them, but she's also gained a million other customers in the pop genre and trying to make it work for her in that respect. So that's where that all comes in. So when you start looking at these niches, what's the profile of the artist? What's their background? What's their education? Do they have, are they musicians? Are they arts supporters? What is it that they want to do? So identify and profile your customer. Who's the perfect customer, and how are you going to be profiling that to work for you? And while you're doing that, you're going to be looking at your demographics. So your demographics would include, what age are they? What income level? What's their educational background? Do they have a certain lifestyle? What are their demographics? And try and identify your customer through these demographics so you can identify the niches and so forth where you're going with that. And then lastly, what about a customer service plan? Once you've identified them, how are you going to be able to service them? What happens if a customer comes to your gig, buys a CD or a t-shirt, and it's defective? Do you have a plan of what will happen if that goes on? Are you going to say, so sorry, tough luck? Or are you going to say, let's replace that, no charge, free shipping? It doesn't matter, but what's your plan? And, artist fans talk to each other. So if a fan thinks he's getting ripped off by the artist, do you think he might tell some other fans? Perhaps that should be addressed in your customer service plan. Things to consider about customers. Any questions on customers?